So
That's so fun.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I'm so excited.
Me
This
too.
is actually like something that we've been talking about for how long now?
Over a year.
Over a year?
Yes.
Yeah, it started on a subway
It was
ride.
on the
It
subway.
did start on a subway
On our
ride.
first outing.
That's hilarious. I love that.
The
know.
whole
On
ride
our first
downtown.
outing. That's
Yes.
so true.
This is like this bond was.
Yeah. Group chat was created that night.
They actually left the group chat.
chat.
I remember us trying to figure out names and then putting it on our
On the
group
group chat.
chat.
Literally.
Yes.
I'm
And
telling
then
you guys,
here
it's
we
been a
are.
process.
Here we are.
Here
we are
a year later.
Yeah.
Literally.
Alrighty.
Want to start?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can start.
Okay.
Hey everyone, my name is Alrishia.
My name is Marishia.
And my name's Aishwarya, and this is
Genes and GenZs. So, welcome to the podcast. Right? We finally made it out.
Yeah, we did.
The group
made
chat.
it out the group chat.
We made it out the group chat. We planned it. We made a document.
Yes.
That we
so
have out
in
here.
front of us.
That's fun.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about our background, why we decided to start this podcast, and also a little bit of fun lab culture Reddit stories. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Exciting content. Again, we're science girlies, but it's not gonna be full science. Like
we're
Gen Z.
GenZs.
We're Gen Zs at the end of the day.
We're heavy into pop
Pop
culture.
culture.
We're
Oh, yes.
scrolling Reddit all day.
Literally,
We're
brain
on Instagram.
rot.
A brain rot.
Literally reality TV. We
But
got you.
we're also nerds. And we
Yes.
want to make that
At
known.
heart.
Yes.
At heart.
There'll be some fun facts here and there.
Yeah.
And we will try to tie pop culture to science.
science.
Is there any
Yes.
underlying scientific
There's
literature?
layers.
That is
Trust me.
so
Pop culture.
interesting.
That's a very interesting take, guys.
Yeah.
So join us for this podcast. Again, we're girlies, we're Gen Zs, and we talk about everything pretty much under the sun.
Yes. Yes.
We'll
And
talk about it all.
We'll talk about it all.
Okay.
So let's get started
Yeah.
on the first segment.
research path.
Yes.
So why science?
For me personally, I grew up around animals a lot. And so I was really interested in anything wildlife related. So I've been on an up and down journey thinking about how I fit in with wildlife, with animals. And there's so many different paths that you can take with science and with biology specifically. I chose the research path. Like, not everybody goes that route, but you can. So I decided to get my bachelor's degree in zoology. And then I took a break. I worked for a company that helps researchers to edit their manuscripts, and like a third-party company that is partnered with a bunch of journals. So I did that for a year. I really enjoyed that. But then I really wanted to do my master's.
Yeah.
And during my bachelor's, I was focused on landscape ecology. So a lot of like conservation work, not much on the molecular side. But then I actually took a course in undergrad that was about how you can use genetics to study conservation and ecology.
Wow.
And I was like, wait a minute, this is
This is
interesting.
Cool.
So then during my year off after, basically it was COVID.
Yeah.
So during my year off when I was actually working at that company, I was reading a lot of manuscripts that were more molecular, and I was like, okay, this is going somewhere.
Yes.
So then I started applying for a lot of cold emailing a bunch of professors, asking if like I can join their lab, and it was all like molecular side.
Yeah.
And I got into a lab that studies genetics, and it's still ecology related. So I feel like, and then I got my master's in molecular biology. Oh well,
Yes, hype that
biology.
up.
Yes, girl.
It's a biology master's,
Yes.
but with like my
Specialty.
specialization
Yes.
was more molecular work.
Yeah.
And it's been great, and I really love it.
I know.
Yeah. I'm so
Great.
excited.
Yes, that's amazing. And again,
Yeah.
it's a personalized path for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
it's
it's
something I didn't
exploring,
expect.
right?
Yes, exactly.
Because you ended up you first started off with conservation, and now
Yeah.
you're more molecular, but there's still a hint of that.
Yeah.
There's always going to be that. There's
Exactly.
always going to be that.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
like also with science, like not everyone's path is like so like
Linear,
direct.
yes.
It's like, but now you're more well rounded.
Yeah, I feel
because
like I
you
have a
dabble
little
in
bit of-
everything, which I
Exactly.
think is amazing.
Exactly. That's so
It's
well
like-
rounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so don't be afraid to take a different path.
No.
Like, you wouldn't think if you're in the conservation sphere that you go into molecular somehow, because that's so specialized and niche.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, it's made me like conservation way more because I'm studying such a detailed thing that
Yes.
you wouldn't even think that this is so important
Yes.
for
Yeah.
conservation. But it is. And it's been really great. And I think it'll all come full circle.
Yeah.
Always a full circle moment.
Yeah.
It's always like that.
I love niche
So yeah,
niches.
so I guess I'll dive into my side as well. So I'm currently a PhD candidate in biology, and I specialize in like animal physiology. I do have little hints of molecular biology here and there, but yeah, in terms of my path, I always loved physiology and like learning more about cells and tissues and signaling pathways, and I really liked it a lot, especially in high school. And then it came to applying for undergrad, and I was like, oh, I like biology, and there was this program, biomedical science, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. It sounds sciencey and medical.
Sounds so like professional.
So cool. And I really loved it. I mean, the first 2 years, is very much like the basics, foundations. And then it wasn't until third year where I'm like, oh, I really like this physiology course I'm taking. Let me look into maybe applying for a position in the lab, like as like a little, volunteer practicum student, just working with grad students. And I did have like some experience, and I went in there, but then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And the thing
COVID
is,
happened.
I was trying to do like medical school. Right?
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So I was trying to do medical school.
Didn't know that.
Right? And I was like, I'm leaning towards medical school, but let's just do this rich experience because you never know.
Yeah.
COVID happened, and I wanted to continue in the lab because they were only allowing certain people into the lab at the time. So I emailed me to do a thesis. I don't know.
It's useful. It's so useful.
And because I was so terrified of having to do your own research and then defend it and write a report, do a presentation. And then I did the thesis, and honestly, that was the most amazing experience. It created an actual foundation where you learned all like the soft skills, hard skills, but like you learned so much about yourself, like the capabilities that you have. Like I didn't know I had that, so I'm really appreciative of that experience. And through that, I was like, you know what, I want to get a master's. So I enrolled into the master's. Loved my project so much because it was working with, again, a little bit of genetics and then also physiology as like looking at the overall outcomes there. And then I decided to transfer into my PhD. And transferring is basically like doing your prelim in advance. So like you qualify automatically to be a candidate. So a year and a half in, I did that, and here I am. And I don't know, honestly, as a PhD candidate now, very well-rounded. I'm definitely leaning towards more, again, I love academia for sure. Again, it's not for everyone. You have to make sure you keep a balance of, work and life. But I wouldn't change that experience for anything. But again, it really takes you just putting yourself out there and finding out what you like. And again, I always tell my students I mentor, like, your path is your path. Don't look at anyone else because everyone is different. So that's why it's always good to share these things because, again, is you just never know. Life is unpredictable, and the universe has a way of working things out for you, especially when you have a passion for it too. So
exactly.
And I think that's similar with all of us. We're very passionate. That's what bonded us together in the first place.
Yes.
We're at different stages, but again, like you're able to like relate regardless because at some point like our path was kind of like common in a way, which I think is great. So I guess it comes back to me now. So
saving the best for last.
Yes, you want to hear this, guys.
Okay, so I started off again similar to what Marishia did, kind of just like copy paste it a little bit.
Also, just an FYI, we're sisters.
So we should talk about how we met too. So you go,
I'll
and then we'll talk about how we met.
Yeah, perfect. So in high school, I think it was like more grade 11, grade 12 when like you're trying to figure out, okay, like university, what am I trying to do? So I narrowed down to again like science, obviously biology, I liked it a little bit better, but I did like always kind of like chemistry a little bit. So I was like, maybe biochemistry. Looking at it, I'm very happy with my decision. I'm very happy with my decision. So I applied for biology and biomedical science. Decided to do biomedical science. Obviously, it sounds so professional. It sounds so professional. The name caught me, and I said, exactly, I want that. So I did my 4 years of undergrad in that. It was I think my second year, I started doing like practicums, like little volunteers in a lab, more focused to like insect physiology, invertebrate physiology. So doing like little things here and there. Like you sort of like pretty like chilled working in the lab. And then it was in my third year, I decided, okay, I'm going to do a thesis. So like doing like my own project in the lab. It was just really cool because like it kind of like pushes you to like your limits a little bit. And like you're able to be creative and like you really are able to show like how much you've learned in the years you've been working in a lab. So like after doing like all my practicums, I'm writing my essay, I'm like, oh my God, I've like learned so much. I've done so much. Like, why not do a thesis? So I decided to do a thesis, did that in my 4th year of my undergrad. And then once I finished that, I was like, obviously I'm going to continue with research. I feel like once you're locked in undergrad, you're kind of locked in for that master's. So I was like, you know, I'm going to keep like doing my master's in physiology. So I stayed in physiology again, just like focusing there in vertebrates, which is really cool. And again, like learning more skills. So like during undergrad and like my master's, I have like combined like physiological skills and like molecular skills, but like again, like pretty well-rounded, which is nice to see, just like layering on. So that was kind of like my path. And then I'll be doing my PhD, heading to more cellular and molecular work this September. So we'll be hearing more of that. So I'm leaving the physiology world.
Yes. We'll miss you.
Leaving it, leaving all the zoology and everything there.
Full circle. See, I started with my zoology.
Yep. So it's like so crazy. I feel like in science, like you never feel restricted. Like you can always start somewhere and like end up somewhere else. Because like, am I crazy leaving physiology and going to cellular
That's
molecular?
the best part, actually.
And I'm like, no, like it's so cool. Like you're never in like just one place. You can move around.
Oh, 100%.
Which I think is amazing because like I needed that in a way. I think I'm someone who doesn't like mind switching it up once in a while. Like very like free flowing. I just kind of go with the waves.
And the nice thing about like, I feel like just master's programs in general, they don't mind accepting you into something you've not done before.
Yes.
I had like a couple of classes with like genetics and molecular, but that was not my focus 3rd and 4th year at all, except that one random course that I took. So the fact that like my professor for my master's was just like, if you're interested in what you're doing in our work, I'm going to accept you.
Yes.
And it worked out. And now I'm so like interested in it. I really like lab work. I do a lot of it.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's like, you know, I hadn't even used a micropipette in undergrad, and now I've used it like a million times. It doesn't matter. If you're interested in it, your passion will show.
Yes.
And that's the nice thing about science is you can just switch. Sending out a cold
email
is how I've gotten every opportunity
literally.
I've ever had.
Yeah.
So I got into every volunteer lab I wanted to get into because I sent the cold email. I got into my master's because I sent the cold email.
No way.
I got work in undergrad because I sent a cold email to a prof. Like it literally... you don't have to wait for like a poster on a bulletin board to find out like if someone's hiring. Just send the cold email.
Send it. You'll never know.
And
if it's for you, it's for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, like
it's just a path.
So many doors will close, but there is that one door, a couple of doors are open for you, and it's gonna work out. Like send the emails, and it's not that bad. Once you send one, I feel like you feel so comfortable saying the rest. Just copy and paste, girl. Change the name.
Change like interest.
And exactly.
Just send it.
Send the resume. Make your resume. Like make your CV. Like start doing things. Like, this is a little volunteer
also in grad
opportunity.
studies, you should work on that.
Yes, because
CV.
It accumulates like so many things. Like,
I
forget everything I do.
I forget.
Little volunteers. I'm like, ooh, I did that. I forgot that.
Because again, you
I
just
forgot all the volunteer stuff.
I forgot all
this is
them.
why. Hot tip for you guys. Take photos of every time you're doing that, because if you forget, I just go to my photo. I see what date I was at this conference or what date I was like presenting, and then I just add that.
I don't
really
remember.
I have an ongoing list because like you forget because like you're busy with your own stuff, and like again like you do have like, your own like student responsibility, like do like outreach, do volunteering.
Outreach.
Like, you forget
Love
that.
outreach. I love
outreach
outreach.
is the best thing, guys. Like, I just love like
this is outreach.
This is our outreach.
You're
Exactly.
right.
This is our outreach. This is our outreach.
Yeah. That too, like honestly, like I don't know. The reason too, I really love what I'm doing is because I'm not restricted to one area in research, and it's funny because again, full circle. When I was doing undergrad, and again, yes, my research is mostly focused on physiology, but I am a physiologist, but also I can go ahead and teach genetics, which I do as well. So because my research is like fly genetics and all that stuff. So again, it's really fun that you can just move your way around like a little circle. I can teach a little bit of physiology, teach a little bit of genetics. And again, I'm continuing to develop my skills and other things I can even branch off to a little bit into like ecology as well. Because you know what? In the environment with these animals. There's so much. So I think
applications.
There's a lot of application based, especially when you're writing those grants. You need to be able
You gotta broaden that.
And again, even with conferences too, like my people be like, okay, you're going here, you're going there. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm not fully a zoologist either. I'm also a geneticist as well. And like, I can be doing everything. Like, it's just interesting. Because like, again, like me and Arishia went to a conference and it was on zoology. Right? And we don't really study the same thing at all. But again, it's in like...
It's such a huge term.
It
is.
Exactly.
If you're working with an all
animal.
of us can be considered scientists,
Yes.
biologists, zoologists,
Yes.
like physiologists, cell biologists, molecular, like all those labels are
apply.
you. Like they apply to you. Like you're not just one thing. You're all those
It's
things.
so insane.
Also, just a little thing too. I feel like, I don't know, it could be like a very humbling thing too. But I'm like, oh yeah, I forget. I'm considered a biologist.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm considered a scientist.
Yeah,
It doesn't hit me.
hit you. It doesn't hit you.
It doesn't.
Especially when you go to the social media pages, like, yeah, I'm a molecular biologist. And I'm like, wow, that's so, I'm like, wait.
Sure.
Scientists do go.
Surely. It's so surprising when we hear from other people.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's nice.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
it doesn't like really like, I don't, again, on my day-to-day life, I don't see myself as a scientist. I'm
Yes.
like, I call myself a student before anything else.
That's the thing
which
too.
is insane.
100%.
Yes.
And it's not
But
until like,
But it's true. You're
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
You are both.
and it's like when we talk to like people, it's like, oh, like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, like, you're a scientist? I'm like, I guess you can say that, actually.
Like, if you were to tell me, like, when I was younger, I'll be a scientist, I would look at you
wouldn't
like,
believe you.
what?
Yeah, if you told me younger me,
Yeah,
I was in science, I
same.
probably wouldn't believe you. Because like, again, you go in and it's like you're in like elementary school and stuff like that. You're doing like little science fairs and it's just like, oh my God, like this is kind of like hard in a way. Like doing a science fair in grade 7, grade 8 was like so hard for me. Cause I'm like, how do you like make a project? And
It
like,
is hard.
Yeah, it's like, but making something that everyone else is interested in was kind of like hard. But like now I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. It's
not that bad.
Experimental
It's not that
design
bad.
is not that bad.
That and like the way people communicate with you, like science is
Yes.
such a jargon heavy thing. Like I try
Yes.
to focus on not using any jargon when I'm
Yes.
presenting, even if it's to like a big group of like
Always know
scientists.
your audience. Yeah.
Always.
Because then when people ask you questions, it invites questions when
Yes.
they understand what you're talking about.
Yes.
Then you start the jargon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then you introduce the words and say the
Yes.
fancy words.
Yes.
Like I think
Exactly.
it always works.
Gotta know the audience.
Yeah, you
gotta
have
know,
to.
especially with the conferences too. That's why I always
Yeah.
have to adjust the presentation because
You
again,
have
like,
to.
I can go into full genetic mode, but like the
Yes.
Galforce system with the flies. But if I'm in like a physiology conference, I'm not
Like,
going to do that
yeah.
unless I'm in a fly
Yeah.
conference. Sure,
Yeah.
I don't have to go in that much in
Yeah.
depth. So again, is knowing the audience. Because again, I think also too some in the scientific world we get kind of carried away with the cool terms and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
all the specialty.
Because it's
and
fun. It's like when we finally get to like learn all these cool terms. Like, yeah, I want to use it, but it's like, I think again, science really does pushes you to like make sure you're
Learn.
broadening like your project, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
not just speaking like we're talking to scientists all the time. Like,
Yeah.
you got to learn how to like like talk normally
Yeah.
about science. I think
Yeah.
it's like another skill you learn too.
Yeah.
Because like it's so cool to learn like all of these like cool like techniques and like concepts.
Yeah.
It's like we're so like we use like these like cool terms, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's like nah, like when you go around other people, it's like you're chilling. Like
Yeah.
you can explain science in like normal
I like using
terms.
analogies.
Yes. Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
And
It
also,
works.
yeah.
Literally.
And I think also too, science communication key. And that's how we get more people into STEM
science.
and conversation.
Yeah.
Because we don't want the general public to not be involved.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Right? That's how funding works. That's how we
Yes.
get more people involved, volunteering.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. So I think we have to also just take the initiative to be like, okay, we can communicate this
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
General. Like,
Because you want to get people involved. Like you want to like talk about science because science is in our everyday life too.
Every day.
You know, it's just like we're not talking about it so scientifically.
Also,
You know?
like when we use jargon, like in my lab or in
Yeah.
your lab, you're gonna use jargon so naturally
Yes.
that sometimes when someone asks you about your work who's not in the lab, you'll start talking with jargon,
Yes.
and you have to catch yourself and be
Like,
like,
oh.
wait, they don't get it. Like
Yes.
I need to explain it in a way
Yes.
that they would get it, and then I can be like, oh, you know, there's a cool term for that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
called this, and then you educate that way.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So true. Also,
how I
too,
look
I
at it.
think one thing we need to acknowledge as well is that there's, I don't know, I think even like think about like elementary school
Yeah.
days, I always found like science a little intimidating.
Yes.
It is.
You know, and
Oh,
it
girl,
just
yeah.
takes that one teacher, that one professor to be like, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
You know, here are the skills that you can learn and just guiding you through it. So I
Yeah.
also think mentorship is a very
Very
important
important.
thing
Yes,
too in STEM
100%.
because
Yes.
it's just it looks scary. It looks so
100%.
like even me too. Like when I look at some of the protocols, I'm like, whew. But I was like, oh no, I've done other things like this before.
Exactly.
But
when you actually get into it, you're like,
it's not that
oh,
bad.
it's not that bad.
It's not
Yes.
that bad. Mentorship
Yeah,
is
mentorship-
really important.
It's
like
constant.
online mentorship. If someone doesn't have a good
That's
mentor
what I'm
out there,
saying.
like you need somebody in
You need
academia
someone to talk to.
You really
who
do.
Yeah.
can give you that advice
Advice,
and
yeah.
like inspire you in a way because I can't think of that many like
No.
mentors that were in academia, in industry, sure.
Yeah.
Even in like, professors and stuff. But I feel like I would really have wanted to have a close friend or even like online
someone
person who's in master's
exactly
PhD,
master's or a PhD exactly.
So many people go like unmentored in a way.
Yeah, I agree. Unmentored, under-advised, I always encourage too. I'm like, make sure you're on track of your progress for your degree, because even in undergrad I was so like, I need to check my credits. Because again, there's no one really on you to stay on top of those stuff as well, because you want to make sure you graduate on time. You want to make sure you apply for all the funding and scholarships. And I also missed out on a lot of stuff too, because I just didn't have anyone to tell me, you can apply for that scholarship.
You can do that.
Until I got to grad school, and my professor was like, you want to apply for this and this and this. And I'm like, I missed out on so much. And it wasn't until I was talking to other undergrads and I'm like encouraging them to also apply, because they're like, I didn't know that existed. Because again, it's just no one is really advising these students. No one is really, because again, it's just the information is out there. Yes, you can find it, but sometimes it just takes like, you opening up to someone and giving them the information. It literally withholding, gatekeeping information.
It's not going to get you anywhere.
I don't like that stuff.
Like, I don't like that.
It literally does you like nothing good.
And a good topic for us to discuss it in another episode is handling rejection in science, because you're constantly didn't work, didn't get this, didn't get
that's
that.
Like the normal, honestly.
That is the normal.
Like
that is literally
been
my life.
So like I've been able to like accept
this new chapter, guys.
Literally,
it's hard.
It's hard. Like
I feel like
it's normal.
Yeah, it is.
It is the norm.
Like you have to like normalize yourself to it.
And again, we can get into like ways that you can handle that. I think it was just like taking a break. Literally pull back, give your energy to something else, like another experiment, get some writing done, update your lab book, you know. and also seek advice. Go to
talk to your lab mates. Like,
lab mates, honestly.
Advisors, supervisors.
Yes.
If they're willing.
Yes. Advisors as well. Yes. And,
like, you got to be able to, again, like, yes, we're in our own little niches and stuff like that, but outreach to other people who are not in it. You know what I mean? Like, make the field better. Like, knowing that, like, you'll leave your degree, knowing you were of an impact, or you helped a student get into a lab, or like you inspired some people. Like, I think that's like the greatest accomplishment apart from the degree, because the degree is really just like a paper at the end of the day that you get. But reflecting on what you were able to do in your position at that moment, I think is amazing. Like, I'll be like, I helped mentor some students. I did some science outreach. Like, I feel good. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Summer science outreach.
Oh my, it's the best.
That's what I do every summer.
I love summer outreach.
Yeah. I really do look forward. It does give me honestly, it motivates me so much.
Yes.
They just like, with the students, especially because they're younger, elementary school, high school, and they're just like, wow,
so this
is so cool. It's just like,
they're so smart.
No, they're so smart.
That's the thing that gets me.
They're so smart.
I heard about CRISPR, Cas9, and I'm like,
the coding project. This one time I was doing I was a judge for like a high school science fair event.
Yeah.
These kids, I was like, sorry, what, you're solving climate change? Let me back up. Why am I
literally
judging you? Like, this is so good. What are you talking about? Like they were talking about like figuring out the microplastic solution and coding to like help like solar and
this is what I'm saying.
They're brilliant.
This is not what we were not coding.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
My science fair project was so.
I was playing with my DS.
Girl.
Like, I don't know. I was not.
I was playing Wii.
I still have my DS. I made my like dad bring it over when he was visiting, and I play that.
Oh my god, it is
Mario.
So Mario.
Cooking Mama is my favorite one.
Nintendo dogs.
Nintendo dogs. I remember my dogs would say they're starving right now. I think one of them was like called
They haven't
Maxwell.
been taken out on a walk.
They probably fleas.
They're probably fleas. I haven't bathed them in forever. Like
but one of them did that thing.
The dog show.
The dog shows. And like training them.
Yes, I loved it. I'm like,
she was real good.
Like, I had 2 dogs, and I
had about 3, but I kept some of them in like
one.
I had 2, and I was like, I think I got a 3rd when I put them. Yeah,
I was like, that's what we were doing as kids, but they're not doing this now.
But like, the difference. We're playing the DS. They're making the
DS.
That's
the
what
gag.
it feels
and
like.
it's just like, but imagine the pressure that is on them too. Is true. Like, judging, I think is like so great, because like you're able to say what the next generation is doing. But imagine trying to discourage like a young like student like that. Like, that's like
that's
a night. Like, oh my gosh.
There was an event where we were judging undergraduate masters.
Oh yes,
there was one guy. at the event
just giving them
that
rough
was
time.
giving them rough
Run for their
time.
money,
And
yeah,
like this
run for their
one,
money.
yeah, and then like one of my friends went over and like just like yelled at that guy. 'Cause
Yeah.
she was like, "Why are you?" And she's very direct.
Yeah.
She's just like,
Why'd you do that?
we heard the way you were talking to that
Yeah.
person. That's not okay. Like, we're gonna complain about you. Because
Period.
why are you, as a grown adult, why are you making them not like science?
Yeah.
Like,
And
they're
that's what caused
having
the
fun
intimidation.
here.
I'm always supposed to be like, don't listen to what they say. It's not
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bad.
Because I'm like,
come here.
You're
What
good,
they say,
don't
don't
worry.
listen to that.
I do that all the
I'm like,
time.
come here.
No, yeah, it's
Don't
pretty
believe
good.
that.
Yeah,
I
no.
always give highlights.
always.
Because, like,
There's a way to give feedback too.
Correct.
Sandwich your feedback.
Yes.
Start with something good. You give them a little critique. Because they're young.
The
You
critique
don't
shouldn't
wanna-
be like, this is
No.
horrible. It should be like, here's where you can change it a
Change it.
little. And
Even-
then that's going
yes.
to be so much more
Even
effective.
you already have a good framework. Okay, we could just
Just
you know
change
flip.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like giving
It takes-
feedback as like TAs when you're marking. I always say, like,
that's a
don't
skill.
go so harsh. You know what I mean? Like, be like, hey, like, you know, like you did this really good, but how about we try? Like, you're on the right track. Let's
Yeah.
try to like switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like, especially when it's like their first assignment or something, like you don't want to discourage students.
And they're a lot more like the students really want to know more about like how to improve,
Yeah.
which is really good.
They're more open
a lot
to
of times
feedback.
the student marks like we're very passive. Okay, we got the mark. Okay, well,
Yeah.
let's do better.
Yes.
But a lot of them want to know, okay, where's areas I can go? They go to office hours, which
Yeah.
is also really important too.
And those are the students that stand out to the professors.
Professors, yes.
Yes.
Go to office hours.
And even
if you go to
even
two.
grad students who can then recommend you to be in the
Correct.
lab.
Yeah, but yeah. I like how outspoken this new generation is. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
like
like
when
it. I love
I
it.
know.
I think like when like she would like take classes like, oh, like we would just take the mark and go. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, there's like people who were like fighting like, no, like why did I get like I want like more clarity.
I
Like
want
I even
clarity.
became that student where I was like,
Yes.
okay, like why did I lose like marks here?
Same.
Like, you know, I just
Yes.
want clarity, you know? Like,
Yes. Same.
and again, going to office hours, I used to go to office hours all the time. Like again, that's how you
Yeah.
get like recommendations. You get to know like profs, your TAs, like
Mm-hmm.
because these are people who can help you like in the long run if you want to get into a lab, if you want like recommendation, you want volunteer opportunities. Like
Yes.
these again, that's how you can do networking as an undergrad.
Yes.
Because like again, class
doesn't
sizes
have
are
to be
big.
intimidating.
It doesn't have to be intimidating. Like
Yeah.
your TAs, like we really are just grad students. Like we are just like we're students as well. Like we're just trying to make it too.
So for us, we aim to be
Be
very
great,
inclusive,
yeah.
right? And creating an approachable
Little
environment where
environment.
students can come to us and
yes.
talk to us. That's the difference. Or again,
Yeah.
just even being in the lab mates. You know, everyone
yes.
can come to you and be like, okay, yes,
Yeah.
like, can I seek advice? You
Yeah.
know, whatever the case is. So, yeah,
I think I've had times where like the lab is finished and like students are just still staying there talking to me because they want like I'm okay. How about we go to like academic counseling? Let's figure out like make sure you're on track with your credits. Like I want to do veterinary school. How to do that? I'm like, okay. I'm not really sure, but like here, let's make
Here's,
like a little bit
like,
of a plan. Like
list, yeah.
let's go see like. Look on the website. What classes do you need? Go to like academic services. See what you need. Like I always say to TAs or like other grad students, like I am the TA that I always wanted in a way. So like
You
I
put it
try to
very well.
yeah. Like
that's
I
what
am the
see
TA I
myself.
always
That's
wanted.
Literally
Like
my
that is
teaching
exactly-
belief.
that's what
like,
I wanted.
literally.
Like literally.
That's what I wanted.
Like
Yeah.
I wanted me as a TA.
That's
One
what-
is like,
yeah.
I don't take stupid questions, as in no
No,
question is
ask
stupid.
questions.
Ask questions.
Because
girl.
honestly, I'm the type of person where it's like,
No, I was thinking that.
one
Yes.
thing may sound like 5 different things
Things-
in my head.
yes.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, when you say put the box here, do you
Yeah,
mean like
you mean-
under it? Do you mean over it? Do you mean like
Yeah.
I need to know like
you
that
know.
type of So I always give like
Yeah.
super detailed
Instructions
instructions.
always.
I'm not afraid to like
Yeah.
answer like the silly.
No.
In my head, it might be silly
Silly.
or whatever, but it doesn't.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
not silly.
I know,
'Cause it's
it's
like
like-
it's a valid question. If
Yeah.
they don't know what to
They don't
do,
know.
tell them what
I'd
to do.
rather you ask me a question than
a
go and
lab-
do something and like it like we
messes up.
messes it
The
up.
smallest thing can mess up
That's what I'm
like
saying.
thousands of dollars of like lab equipment
I know.
or DNA or
As I
Yeah.
told undergrads, please just
Please
let me know.
Just let me know. Just tell.
Text me,
Never
call
be
me,
scared.
FaceTime me.
Yeah.
I'm always like,
I always
Yes.
say like just text me. They're
Yeah.
like, oh I know, I'm sorry for asking again. I'm like it's
No.
fine. I was
no,
like,
it's fine.
it's not.
you
Just
need to
ask,
ask
always.
because probably the one time you don't ask, something's gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
I'm
just
always
ask.
like, just FaceTime me. Like
And
I'm
yes.
gonna answer.
And there's just things you need to also look for too when you are joining a lab.
Lab.
You know,
That
make sure that you have
mentorship.
someone that you can, in case anything were, how do I work this machine? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's glitching right now.
No.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Because there's gonna be a time where you're in there alone.
Alone.
And there's no one there. It's
When
after
you're alone,
hours.
oh, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
The anxiety, your stomach
Like,
drops.
you just
You're
hope
like,
that everything-
Literally.
please.
You need that encouragement, like Marishia saying, that mentorship, like
Yeah.
that early, like motivation. Like, hey, you
Yes.
can do this. Like
Light a little fire. under
university
you.
really isn't that bad. Again, if you have that determination, that passion, you'll get through it. Like I look back and I'm like, it wasn't. I'd rather redo undergrad than redo high school.
Yes,
Respectfully.
I agree.
100%.
I'm not
agree.
redoing high school.
100%.
You
agree.
couldn't. No,
Yeah.
couldn't pay me to redo it.
No.
I think it was actually.
I feel like
it was rough.
I could do like 5 masters.
Yes,
I love.
I would
doing
redo my master's.
I love the master's program.
I enjoyed
It's so
also
great.
the master's part
Yeah.
of my program.
Oh.
It was fun.
Master's so good.
It just felt like, I don't know.
It's
when a PhD is a little bit more responsibility,
Yes.
like
responsibility, but you have your own schedule.
schedule, yes.
You can decide based on your experiment. You're like it's so nice to just be able to like do an experiment and then you have like Monday afternoon free because you don't have to do it, and then come in the evening, do something.
Yeah, analyze data.
It's like exactly. It's so nice, and like sometimes I fear like if I were to move to a 9 to 5, like there's pros and cons.
No, there is.
But I feel like I'm gonna miss so bad
Yes,
me
the
just like
freedom.
deciding
The freedom is so
and
good.
just deciding my schedule based on like lab work, anything. You can
Yeah.
like schedule your experiments because they're so long. Like you can decide when you have the mental capacity to do that.
Yes.
And then do it on like a Friday if that makes you feel better, or like on a Monday.
Yeah.
You design your own
design it.
schedule, which I love.
That's what I
love
loved. That was
that.
actually my first. I was like, I love
this.
my lifestyle is so great. I actually told someone, I was like, oh, that sounded kind of crazy, but
But it's good though, because like
It is. It's true.
I love it.
you can
'cause,
go
like,
to a concert, you go party, and then still
go
be in the lab
exactly.
like
On the weekend,
yes,
like-
you can make up for that.
Right.
So
Yes.
good. And that's
I
like
love that.
work-life balance is very much key.
Yeah.
And a master's is perfect.
Oh,
work-life
master's is so
balance.
good.
It's perfect.
'Cause I'm
it's just genuinely the best.
It's so chill because like even like when we talk to like friends that are like not in like science or not do like grad school and they're like, how does it work? I'm like, I kind of do make my own hours in a way. Like I do go in like Monday to Friday. Like I try to keep it like normal. It's like what other people do.
I keep
But then I'm
normal
like,
too.
I really could go in on a Saturday if I need to. Like I really could like maybe not go in the morning, go in the afternoon, go in the evening time. Like you're kind of like making your own way in a way, but you got to be careful because like you got to have again that determination, that passion. Like
Burnout is real.
Like, burnout is real. Like
true.
you got to make sure you do kind of keep a little bit of a schedule, like tentative schedule. Like it's nothing too crazy.
Yeah, and
'Cause,
I always
like,
like
you can get carried away.
I think too, as you progress to in grad studies,
Yeah.
having a checklist is extremely important.
So
I
important.
do that every month, and again, if you don't get all that stuff, it's okay. Like you can always go back and prioritize what task needs to be done.
Yeah.
So again, just always make sure you're keeping track. You know. Okay, so should we jump into some questions?
yes.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
do it.
All right, so. This is actually really good. What do we hope to accomplish with this podcast for us?
I think for me, a couple things. One for ourselves
Yeah.
and one for the audience. So
Yeah.
for ourselves, it's like one, we like having these conversations solo. That's what made us decide that we wanted to start this anyway. We like having these conversations like monthly, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's always something new to add.
Yes,
And I feel like one, putting ourselves out there, doing something new.
Yeah.
100%.
That's like a big thing.
That's
like,
huge.
I feel like I've always kind of had my extrovert. I am a little introverted sometimes, but I feel
More
like my
extroverted,
extroverted
yes.
side.
We're pretty extroverted,
we
yeah.
have- yeah.
Nice
And
balance
so I
here.
feel like depending on like the people
Cool,
as well.
yes.
So I wouldn't feel comfortable doing this on my own, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
with each other, I
Yeah.
feel like this is perfect.
It's so natural.
I think we
two-
all. Yeah, you go.
No, go ahead.
No, you go. No, because I think we all bring something to it. Like,
No.
I just think like it would just be like I don't know. It just feels like a nice little support.
Yeah, and
No, it feels good.
that
Yeah.
too support system. I feel
Yes.
like this is something. I'm very creative.
Yes, she
I
is.
have my creative
Yes.
side. So
Yes.
this is my science plus creativity
Yeah.
that will
Coming
always
together.
last regardless of what career I end up in, because
Yes.
I'm also thinking like, do I go to industry, do I stay in
Yeah.
academia? Those are all questions, right? But even if I go to academia, or sorry, if I go to industry,
Yeah.
I feel like this is my way of like still keeping true to academia, giving
Yes.
advice to like the audience,
Yes.
getting people interested in science
Yes.
in a way that's not so jargon heavy and
Yes.
just fun, like
Yeah.
because that's how it is for us. So this is a
Yes.
reflection of that. I
Yeah.
feel like.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's why I feel like I think that's what it's going to accomplish for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the audience too.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and like be able to do something that we can reach out to an audience that maybe feel lonely at your institution. Like, come sit down, listen to us. Like, again, it's creating like a sense of community because I feel like when you're in science, again, for me personally, it's kind of hard to like manage hobbies when like you're doing grad school in a way.
Oh, it's not existent.
So like this is like
it doesn't feel existent.
yeah, it's like this is like something we can do where it's like
Yes.
kind of like a nice like work-life balance because you can
it
get so
forces
caught up.
you to have
Yes,
work-life balance. It really does.
Because like I think it's great again showing that you could do science and then do something other like than science and like doing something fun. So I think this is like a good outlet for us to again like give advice, extend that representation, and encourage people who are currently in graduate school or are looking into it or just looking into like doing science for like undergrad.
Yeah.
I think it's like a great outlet to have that to share with the audience and people and what science looks like from a different
Even
lens.
if you're thinking about whether you want to move from like a master's to a PhD.
PhD. Oh, girl, yes.
Got advice for you.
Yeah.
Let's do one more question.
Yes.
And then I think we should end on like
The
one
Reddit?
Reddit story.
Okay,
just
sure.
for,
Okay,
like,
do you
a
have
fun
one?
Close.
Yes. Okay,
You
so
guys had one,
I
right?
think. Oh, wait, I'm trying to find one.
Okay, so
find
we
one
can do
and
that.
then, like, let's answer this.
When will we consider this podcast a success?
Honestly, so far, episode 1, this is
This is
guys.
actually really good.
Guys, this is like our first time doing this. We've
I know.
never recorded. It's like conversation has flowed. I feel like this
know.
is such a good like
It's relaxing.
first episode.
Yeah.
This is so good to me.
Because this is actually, and this is what I'm saying. I was like, we can literally just put like a phone up, boom, and start recording because the conversations we have, all three
This
of
is
us.
Yeah.
like regular conversation.
Yes, at
Yes.
dinner, you know,
Dinner, at the lab,
lab,
lunchtime.
Lunchtime,
Yes.
yeah, we're gonna have our bubble tea. You know, we
Yes.
yeah, we're like
Yeah,
that.
like-
So
Literally, New Year's we had like a 2-hour phone conversation.
Oh
Literally.
yeah, we
and
this
this
really
really
came from the- this is when we
that
really-
was from
that was a
January
catalyst
2026, and
for this
now we're
podcast.
basically going into
You know
July.
what?
Yeah,
That-
that was a catalyst for this
that was a
podcast.
catalyst. We were supposed to go out. Was it to celebrate one of your
New Year's.
New Year's,
New
not
Year's,
New
girl.
It was New Year. I don't want to talk about that. That's a little
Girl.
sensitive
You know what?
subject.
Like,
That was
we don't
so
even.
sad.
We're not even like
I
we
know.
But
completely.
it was so good because we had instead of meeting, we couldn't meet up because of the weather.
There, yeah.
And
Obviously Canada.
Yeah, and it's Canada.
Yeah.
So we called each other on the phone just to
Yeah.
like be like, oh my god, we're so sad. Like,
Yeah.
But then we just stayed talking
On the
for
phone
2
for
hours.
2
2 hours.
And we're just talking about life. We talk about research.
Yes.
We talk about like, you know, things that we experience as
we just did that, and it was
adults, you
great.
know. And yeah, there was just like, I was like, yeah, we need to do a podcast.
Yeah.
From January
Yeah.
2026.
Yeah.
What is it now?
June
June
29th.
29.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
It's a special
I'm
day.
telling you, it's
Yeah. And this
we're
needs to
talking
happen.
with girlies.
We'll
Yeah,
remember
we can-
June
yeah.
29th.
We'll remember,
29.
this is like
that's our,
it's our
that's
anniversary
our
of
day.
our.
That's our day.
It's the birthday of this
But
podcast.
no, and I think we hope to just be also
Yeah.
consistent because I think
That is hard,
I think
but
we
what-
will.
you know what?
Because you know what? It's
Twice
just
a month.
Twice a month. Yeah. So
yeah,
we'll do
twice a
one-
month is good.
Yeah, because we have to edit everything.
Yeah.
And, you know,
This.
I loved editing videos.
Yes.
It was so
I
fun.
loved editing.
Yeah,
that was my favorite.
it was. Yeah, and then you know, I didn't really have was it the laptop? What was it called? The MacBook.
MacBook.
I used to have like a PC.
PC,
Like,
yeah.
I was
Oh, yeah,
like,
Lenovo.
Lenovo.
You know what?
That
Lenovo
is
was kind of good. I
crazy.
like Lenovo.
Lenovo,
hey,
HP,
you know what?
Acer.
You had to use what you had. And,
Yeah.
you know, I think with this, it really is forcing me to be
Yeah.
on my creative side and a fun side while still anchoring to that
Yeah.
STEM route. So let's hop into the Reddit.
Okay.
There's r/lab rats. Which
I
I
love
like.
it. I used to go on that sometimes.
I
yeah.
like it. So the question is just, it says brackets serious.
Yeah.
Scientists of Reddit, what's your lab horror story?
Oh,
I'm telling you, lab horror stories are just
It's
very
out
common.
there.
It's out there.
I'll tell you
Oh
one of
my
mine.
God.
okay.
I'll start with mine.
Okay.
-80.
Oh my god, the -80.
When
Oh,
the-
but just the other
That's actually a nightmare. Oh, this is very recent.
the negative, it was like last year or something, but like we had a -80 incident where the battery, something happened where like our freezer was open. Our lab manager had to like rush in and like take all the samples, and with one of the research assistants like do tape station on all of them
damn.
again. Like
Oh, boy.
basically, guys, a tape station is
what?
a fancy gel electrophoresis machine. So it basically gives you quantities of like how much DNA there is instead of just bands on a gel. It got better. Like now there's
Oh.
access, right? Like on the
That's what I'm saying.
That's what
you know.
I
Also,
think
yeah.
that's one of the
Unfortunately, the
reasons
building
why.
we work in is a little
It's a little
outdated.
older.
It is a little rough around the edges there.
I think it was an accident, to be honest.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
But every time I do go to -80, I'm like, I put my whole body like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
making sure it's
Open that,
locked because
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Mine is kind of minor.
Yeah.
So again, going back, so I was teaching this undergrad how to do RNA extraction. So
RNA.
yeah, either
Oh my
way,
God.
again, it's a very easy protocol. And like, you know, we got to the last step where we had to just elute the sample
Yeah.
with just water. And I was like, yeah, I could spin it down, remove the excess liquid, whatever. And the student decided to throw away the entire column. I was like, it's okay. I was like, okay, we're just
fine.
going to dissect some more samples. And,
Yeah.
you know,
We'll do it again,
we'll do
yeah.
it again. Because you know what? It's all
okay,
good.
learning.
We're
Yeah.
learning. She felt so bad. I was like, nah, it happens.
This
Even
is
when you're
good.
doing your own research,
Yeah, this is good.
don't throw away anything until you are actually finished and you
Yeah.
got all your samples.
They're
you,
in the freezer.
You read the reading on the spec and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Now she knows every time she does a protocol, I'm gonna keep everything
Everything.
until the very end. But
Literally.
yeah, no, I was totally understanding. I was like,
Yeah.
it happens to me even too.
No,
you know,
yes.
you spill the
Once
samples and
else.
it happens.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think, well, mine's kind of similar to that. It was really early in my undergrad when I just like kind of started. So it wasn't really for like, it was for experiment, but again, training. I did throw out the column, I think, for like 2 of the samples or something like that. And I think there was like a mix up and like, again, because you know when you're in the lab and like you kind of get into like a robotic movement, you're doing it and then you're like, you come back to realization, you're like, did I just do that right? And I think I overdid a step or something like that. I think I accidentally threw out a sample. And I remember I was just like, oh, so sad. I was like, it's okay. For the next time, like, don't throw anything.
You know, I'll always plan ahead for all these things with like molecular. You never really know. You're working with liquids that are microliters.
Yes.
That's not something that people who are not in science even think about.
Wow. It is
microliter is not a measurement that is in your mind.
Girl, I do 3 microliters and I'm like, where did it go actually?
Yeah.
I've had to do 1 microliter.
Right,
Sometimes
0.5
you do
microliters?
0.5 microliters for PCR and it's just like,
Girl, I don't even know where it went.
But I think
we'll wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up. You know what?
Now.
We'll get back to the to other people's stories on another day.
Yeah, because I'm seeing a lot. I'm like, oh,
I'm seeing a lot. But this was a wonderful first episode.
Yes,
I'm very
amazing,
proud of
guys.
us. I'm actually very surprised that it
so
went
well.
Really well.
I did not expect this.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Because
I'm excited. Yes, we're just so
awesome.
So good.
No, and also because we're doing it from an actual good place. Like,
yeah, it's genuine.
You know,
we want to share our love for science. We want to share our love for science with each other, with you.
Yes.
And we also we want to do something fun that like ties people back to science. Like
exactly.
You know, right now it's very hard with like people not trusting science and stuff. But guys, we're gonna get
we're good.
We share videos and like, is this AI?
Literally, is it AI?
She's like, yes, there's nothing called this.
I'm okay. That one was bad. I really thought. But I was scared to search it up, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have to take her word for it.
So
like,
real.
This is not a real elephant.
It looked insane.
There was that one elephant photo. Everyone was sending it to me, being like, look at this. I was like, this is not real, you guys.
No, this one you sent in the group chat, I was like, wait a minute.
It looked
real. Which one? The sea lion or whatever it was.
So real.
That one was kind of crazy. I was like,
crazy.
it might be a species I don't know about, because again.
I know there's another one going, I think, with the monkey. There's a monkey one.
Really?
Yeah.
And I sent it to you. And I'm like, I think this is AI.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're like the AI.
Yeah, we're in science and we still, again, technically zoology people, and we're getting punked.
Yes, I hate
it's
it.
scary.
I hate it.
She's like, no, it's AI. I'm like, oh,
like,
okay,
girl, I don't know.
Listen, if you wanted like to draw a fake animal, just call me. I'll do it.
Yes.
I'll make up an animal.
She's like, I can be fictional.
Did you know that new trend too on TikTok?
Yeah.
Where like share, apparently if you give the expression of like, so they say like, say it as happy, say it as sad.
Yes.
Apparently it's to pick for AI to pick up on like expressions.
No.
Yes, it goes that deep. So guys, we'll get into that next. But yes, we'll see you later.
Thank you guys for
end off.
in.
Yes. So
tune in to the next episode.
Yes, we'll be here, and hopefully you'll be here too.
New fun topics.
I know. So you can find this on. Where are we gonna put this?
We're gonna make the socials. We're
gonna
share
have socials.
it in episode 2. So you guys better.
Yes,
and it'll be at the end of this video. Hopefully,
but we're putting on an actual podcast.
Yeah, let's make a YouTube.
We'll make a
YouTube, Instagram for clips.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll put this all information.
Yes.
Okay. Put it all up.
We'll put our socials
and
share us.
Share us.
If you know, it's been fun. Again, it's Alrishia.
Yes. See you guys in the next episode. My name is Marishia, and again, I can't wait to spend more time with y'all.
And I'm Aishwarya, and thank you guys for tuning in, and we're so excited to share more content. And this is
Genes and GenZs. Episode 1 done. We did it, girls.